Okay, right now we're going to talk about widgets, which is your footers, and sidebars. This is your sidebar right here. So everything down this right-hand side is considered a sidebar. And the footer, which is these four right here, you can have two, you can have three, you can have none, you can have one. It's just going to look weird if you have one. So we're going to talk about your sidebar widgets. So go to Appearance. Go to your Appearance and then click on Widgets. Now each of these pages we have a different sidebar, okay? The content will have the search widget, which is your Flex MLS, Flex MLS IDX search. That's your WordPress plugin. Pages sidebar, you have different ones here. You have the featured properties, which again is your manufactured or manually imprinted information. So it's these ones down here, featured properties, and then your mortgage calculator as well. Okay, so those three things that we just talked about are on the pages sidebar. Okay, you can delete any one of these. So to delete them, you just click delete. All right, you can say number of properties to show. You can have 3 numbered properties, 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, however many you want down the side. You can have just one if you want to feature one particular property, or you can delete it. The duplicator, as I said at the beginning when I was showing you the plugins, this is a plugin that allows me to have this particular item on multiple widgets or multiple pages in this particular case, because we have it on the widget on the contact sidebar, but we also have it on the pages as well. Okay, so I created it in one place and then create a duplicate widget and put it in other places. Now basically that means I didn't just drag something over and pop it in. I put in a duplicate widget. All right. For me, there was a reason at the beginning, but you can do it differently. You can just grab one of these and you can drop it in, and it'll show recent comments in there if we wanted to. Looks like I didn't drop it in the right place. So recent comments, drop it in here, and then we can put a title on it and how many comments we want to show. In this case, we don't want to show comments, and in fact, I highly suggest you do not use recent comments anywhere or show comments anywhere. Go down here. I'm going to show you, the IDX. Excuse me, that's the DS one. We don't actually need this one. Rather than deleting it, I'm just going to leave it there. It's not in use currently. Home search sidebar. You can choose what you want shown on that Flex MLS IDX for this particular widget. So you can have them show year built, bedrooms, square footage, price. You can choose other things as well. You can add these fields or you can delete these fields. Okay? And again, this is going to grab information from your MLS, your IDX. You can have My Office Listings, which again is the listings that you have in your own office, or you can have active listings, which is public active listings. Don't worry about this public MLS search. We're never going to use that. It's basically the same as active listings, but there can be some complications depending on your office and office location. I have this set up specifically with Flex MLS for them to search just your information, meaning not just your offices, but the ones that your brokerage firm allows. Okay, and that's something you have to set up with your Flex MLS provider, and I've already done that for you guys here. Okay, let's go down and talk about that, those widgets. Now here's your footer columns, the widgets in the footer. Now you can have your contact information, and now this is written in code. Probably don't want to mess with my code. Just change out the information that you want to have or not have. If you want to add another useful information, just copy this selection from LI to LI. This means list, all right? And that means that it's kind of laid out like in a bullet point type situation. See the bullet point right there? So that means that's a list, whereas this is just basically text. Not basically, this is just text. Okay, this is a list setup. So just copy that, right-click copy, and then go down to the bottom. Above this close of list, above that close, right in there, you're going to right-click and hit paste if you want to add another bullet point. Okay? Otherwise, just leave it alone. Now, in this case, the office phone number and the Chandler office phone number are basically the same type of stuff, not bullet pointed out. So there's one bullet point, but then there's another item, and we're able to create a line break in there by putting in BR. Okay, BR / in the greater than less than sign. All right, so that's that column. Second column is just pure text about you guys. You can change the title, you can change this information in here. To get any kind of a line break, just make sure you put in a BR. If you want to see 2 line breaks, you just put in another BR with a greater than less than signs. Third column, this is your API for your latest tweets, which again we're going to work on together once I can get time to log in with you guys, and we'll grab that API information. Fourth one, I have your Flex MLS login, and again, this is your lead capture and your login for people who have saved searches in the past. All right, so that basically covers that. We're going to add a video to one of your pages. Let's add a video to your home page, just so you can see how to do it. Go to your home page, click Edit. I'm going to go to one of my YouTube accounts. Sign in. Any day now. Video manager. Actually, let's just go to my channel. Well, it doesn't much matter. Go to my channel. And here are some videos that I have on my site. Let's just click on one of the videos in YouTube. And I'm going to press stop on this. And I want to share this. I want to embed this, though, into my site. So it's not just sharing the video link. You're going to click embedded and see this iframe right here, and this shows the size as well. Okay, so we're going to click right-click copy. We've got our home page open. Going to scroll down, and I don't want to mess with this stuff. And actually, we want to go onto the text version. Okay, right now we're on the visual version. We're going to go onto the text version. Scroll down, and I'm just going to hit return a couple times. Not that that would space anything out, but that just gives me more room to work with my code. So I'm going to hit BR just to give it a little bit of a line break, and then I'm going to embed this. I'm going to hit paste. Okay, so what I want to do is, now that I've got that, I'm going to go ahead and click update, and I'm going to go back to the home page. Click home. And you can see that the video is right there. Okay. Click play on that.
Okay, today we're gonna.
And it'll start playing. Click full screen. Take it to full screen. And do whatever you want. Now, if you want to center that particular video, you can center it. Bracket, center, bracket, bracket, / to close the center. So start center of it, close center of it. You can click update, and we can click refresh. And now you can see that the video is in the center. Now, we don't like the size of it, right? Because we want it to look nice and full on that page. So we're going to go down here, change this to 640 by 380. Click update. And then we're going to click refresh. And you can see that the image is larger. Okay, so you're going to want to get it to maybe 800 by whatever its corresponding number is. Sorry, I don't know that one right off the top of my head. Maybe 425 or something like that. You'll have to play with it and test it out. But at any rate, that's how you do that. There's some advanced stuff we could go over to later on, but this is this explains to you how to get a video on your site. Okay, now change slider. Let me go ahead and delete that out for now. Delete that out. Remember to always click update. And we're going to go over to the revolutionary slider. Okay, this is the one thing I didn't hit on before in the other video. So click on revolutionary slider. This is a slide or a slider. It's a set of slides. There's a set of slides inside of this. Okay, you can click on settings. You can change how fast things go through, so you can change this to 15,000 milliseconds. You can change it to 4,000 milliseconds and have it go through really, really fast. I'm going to leave it at 9,000 for now. You can make it have a shadow too, and it'll put a shadow underneath this slider, which will look really weird because we have the search widget right below that. Okay, but there's some things you can do to change this around if you wanted to. That's the main settings of it. Okay, the main settings of the whole operation. Now, we want to edit the slides. It's going to be kind of hard to edit with this with it being closed down like this, and even in full screen sometimes, because I have information off to the side. So right now you can see that you can't see the word moving AZ Realty over here, but on the slide you can see that it's right there. Okay, so just for fun I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Oh, you can't delete it right here. You have to delete the layer. Okay, delete layer, and now it's deleted that layer. So now if I click update, update slide, don't update plugin, update slide, green button over here, we'll go over and we'll click refresh, and you can see part of it right there, but you can see now that it's gone. Okay, it's not there. So what we want to do is go ahead and put in a couple things here. So let's go ahead and add a layer. We're going to add a layer, and it'll put in this little caption 5 right there, and you can see it right here, just barely, but you can see it. Okay, and we're going to edit that. Right now I'm just going to move it low so I can kind of see what it looks like as I edit it. Moving AZ Realty. And what I want to do is change the look of it. So let me go ahead and move it down here even further so I can give you a little bit more room to see what the drop down says. This is where you change the style. Okay? Click on this and you can choose different styles for it to have. Large, bold, white. Let's just click on that. And you can see, boom, that's what it looks like. Alright? You click on Excerpt. And that's what it looks like. You click on put it in gray. That's what it looks like. Okay? Now you can't see it, but you can see that I'm kind of scrolling through different things here, different views of it. And I think this is what we had before, medium bold text. So I'm just going to click on that. And you can see that Moving AZ Realty came back. Kind of looks the way that it does before. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. If you want this way off to the side, when you're looking at it on a full screen, you can do that. Okay? You can do that, but you have to click on the corner edge of it and drag it and actually move it over and kind of guess where you want it to be. Okay? Now if you guess wrong, let's say you have it up here and you guessed wrong, you can't grab it again. You have to delete the slide. So what I always do is put it on the very edge of where I think it's going to go. So just for testing sakes, put it here and then release it. And I'm going to click Update Slide just to show you what it looks like. Refresh this page. Take me back to the home slide. And you can see, well, it's way up here. I really don't want it right up there. So if I would have slid it way over, I can't grab it again. Okay? So once you have it pretty much where you want it, ideally, then you have to guesstimate, go over, and then drop it. All right? I'm not dropping it yet because I want to just check it, make sure. So we'll put it on the edge. And I know this seems crazy, but this is the way you got to do it. There's probably people that know more about this than me. I could tell you, no, this is the two-step version of how to do it correctly. But this is what I do. And now you can see that it's kind of right here. Well, I kind of like it in that area, or maybe up in this area. And so now I know exactly kind of where it's want to go. I'm going to put it in the middle and over to the left. And again, if this screen wasn't shut down, closed down to record these videos in HD, then it would be better off. So I know that I'm going to put it here. I'm going to slide it over, and then I'm going to drop it off. And then I'm going to click Update Slide. Okay? And I'm going to go back to this area here, click Refresh. Now, I'm probably not going to be able to see it on this, or maybe the corner of it. Yeah, you can just see the edge of it. But at least I know it's there. And when the screen's fully blown up, you can see the whole thing. Okay, the slide doesn't work like the other things. Ironically, it'll size down for phones, but for this screen, it's not. Okay. What else? What else? Let's say I don't like the background. Well, this background right here, I don't really like. So I'm going to click Change Background. Now, in the media library, we have all of these photos already loaded up. But if you want to load up a new photo, click Upload, click Select Files, then go to that particular file where you know you have something. And you can see I have all these custom size slides, okay, that I've gone through a few of them to customize it to get it to be the exact right size. This one is 2593 by 6 or 2592 by 653. Since I already have 783, since I already have 2592, these cut down, and cut them down before you come and try to put them up. Okay. I mean, you could try it and see where it needs to be, but what I always do is edit them first and then put them up. So it's uploading that image now. Once it uploads, then we're going to click Insert, and now we have a new background for slide 1, and I'm going to click Update Slide, and then I'm going to click over here and then click Refresh. Now that new slide will be the first slide that pops up. See, this is the new image, and it still has that Moving AZ Realty over to the left. Okay? Since I know I don't want that, I'm going to change the background back. And let's see, 2592. So if you'll notice that there's multiple here. Before I had it larger, you guys had me cut it down. So you can see that it was 783 tall before, and now it's 653 tall. Okay, so that's the one we want. We don't want this one. It's already a duplicate if we keep it on here. So we're going to just go ahead and delete that out. Click on the image that we want. Click Insert into Post. Instantly insert it into Post. Click Update Slide. And we can refresh. And this first slide is back, and it has that Moving AZ Realty. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but this Moving AZ Realty kind of faded in. Okay, so we'll click this, watch, the slide will pop up, and then afterwards, boom. Okay, slide pops up, then afterwards that comes up. Now, if you want to change the timing of when that comes in, go over here and change this to 3400. Let's call it that. Click Update Slide. So as you create more things, you can have them come in at different times. Alright, so I'm just going to refresh this. Now watch how long it takes for this Moving AZ to pop in afterwards. Boom. See the time difference? This timer got to right here before it actually popped in. Okay? So you can have different words pop in at different times. And all you got to do is add a layer, and you can see that the new caption 6 has come in. And we can click. So right now it's saying 3700, but let's say we want to come in before this one over here. We can go 1700, and I know this is long already, so automatically it already moved up. You could do it by time or by depth. If you click by depth, you can move these around. Okay, by time, it sets it in order according to time. So we got this coming in at 1700. Actually, I want this at 2400, and I want this one at 1700 milliseconds. 1700 milliseconds. Okay, so now when I click Update Slide, oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to move it. So I already know that that first one's about middle of these cabinets here. So now here's a good guessing game, right? Not only do I need to figure out where up and down, I need to figure out left and right as well. Okay. Oh, I forgot to hit Update Slide. Let me update slide now that I've moved that. Always got to hit Update, guys. Sorry. Refresh. And because the screen's not big enough, I'm not going to be able to see it. But you saw this one popped in, then this one popped in after that. We probably want a little bit more of a time frame in there. So we could do like 3800. And to really capture people's attention and reinforce what you're saying. Boom, and this one's going to come in. Boom, this one comes in. So you can keep doing that, and it'll keep drawing people's eye, right? Or you could have some big statement that comes over to the right over here as well. Okay. Now we want to insert an image just to show you. Now instead of adding a layer, which is your text, you're going to add a layer image. Click that, and I'm going to scroll down here. I think I have some smaller images that we can put in. Yeah, I don't want. Well, let's just use one of these for example. So we'll put in the front of the house. That's a really big image though. You want to have your images sized, like I said before, you put in. Let me add a layer image here, and let me select one of the other images. So we got our featured property here. Actually, let's do the front of the house here. Click Insert. And so we'll have that pop up right across the bottom there. And then the next thing we want to do is, so we have that inserted. We have a time for insertion. Let's add another one to show an interior picture of the house. Or in this case, we'll do this exterior picture of the house because we know that's a small image. All right. So now that comes across right there. On these ones, you probably want to have them framed out, kind of like that one is. All right. So even though I'm taking up, overlapping this, really this one's going to be in front of this one when it comes up. Okay. And you can add text that, you know, as you go as well. So you can add a layer text, say, front of house. Click. That is right here. And I'm going to change that to let's just go with this. This is just an example, guys. Front of house. You can choose the different fonts that are available to you. But if I do this right now, you're going to see that I added this image, then I added this image, then I added this. So if I click Update Slide, then click Refresh on this page, watch the order that it pops up, the exact order that I put it in. So I want front of house to actually come up with the front of house. And I don't want this one to pop up right away. So what we want to do is take this and make this, image 8 is that front of house, make this 4300. Okay? And then image 9, since it pops up right away afterwards, I'm going to make this 6400. Now watch what happens. Click Update, then Refresh. Boom, 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 boom. Then this one comes in. Actually, it's overlapping, sorry. So this one should be on top, but this one's overlapping. You can change it by depth if you wanted to, but right now I want to keep it as time. So you should add back to front if you're going to have these overlap in that direction, okay? So just something to think about. But you can play around with it and make it work for you, okay? Wonder what would happen if I... Yeah, it changes the times. We don't want to change the times on it. Okay, so the easiest way right now would just be to space these out. So 3 images pop along the bottom, and there's no overlapping of them. Okay, and you can add another layer. Add a layer of text here. Patio. And choose whatever font you want. And then move it to where you want it to go. And then check to see the time on it, about 300ths later. Click update. Refresh to go back to the first slide. And this one uploads, and this one here, boom, boom. Oh, I messed with the times. Sorry, my bad, guys. Front of house goes to 4300. Click update slide. Sorry about that. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Now, you want to change image text, okay? Let's say you wanted to add a link. Let's say you wanted to add a link that hyperlinks to something. So you could just go to one of my pages right now that I have and grab the code for doing something like that. Let's see, what pages do we have? We have it on home buying info. This buyer's advisory right here is a link. So what I'm going to do is go to pages, home buyer's info, and I'm going to grab the code for that. Oops, text. Well, here's a link right here actually that I just grabbed this from. I click copy. So grab any. Here's a link. This one opens to a blank page. This one opens within itself, so people will stay on your site, or this target equals blank means they open up a new page. You guys probably already know that, but just in case, right click, paste. So let's say we're going to say Arizona Real Estate Professionals right here. Get rid of this, and we can change to whatever page we want it to go to. So let's say we're going to make that a link to the Moving AZ team. I would just click that page, right click that, copy the URL, and then I would click paste, and then click update. And now I'm going to go to home, and I'm going to click on that text that was there, and it's going to take me to that page. You can see when it hovers over, changes colors, and boom, now it's taken me to that page. Okay, so that's how you create a link, that's how you upload the images, that's how you change the times, everything like that. Now, we're going to delete all of these. We're going to go click delete layers. Delete layer. Delete layer. click update slide and go back to home. And everything should seem pretty close to exactly the way it was before. Okay? No pop-ups coming up. Slider's running through its time. And there you go. The same thing goes for any calls to action. Call to actions, if you're going to add call to actions, you just click add a layer. And, again, you're going to have that link. But you're going to want to choose something that maybe is in red or right here. This is a good one. And you can just add it to the image. And you want to have a H-reference, of course. You want to have it link to something. But at any rate, I think that pretty much covers everything. You can change the layer animation. You can choose how each item slides in or out. So we just selected that one here. Currently it fades in, means it just kind of arrives. But you can have it short from left. Boom, boom. Long from right. Comes all the way from the other side of the page, right? And you can choose the speed in which it does it. So 800. Click update slide. Let's refresh. And watch. Watch for that thing to fly in from the right. Boom, there it is. Okay? You can choose when it comes in again. So I want people to start reading that page first. So what I'll do is I'll set it at 7,000 milliseconds because we know that they're 9,000 milliseconds long. Click update slide, refresh. You got people looking at your slide right here. You've got some other things that are popping up. Maybe some images that pop up, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's a call to action. It grabs your attention. Okay? And they'll click that, and maybe it takes them to your contact page or wherever you want to lead them to. All right, I think I've killed the horse here. I've beat the horse dead. I beat a dead horse.